All right, my minions. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining Nemesis Group. I appreciate it. Today is part one of the emergency preparedness videos that I've been telling you to start putting out. So I'm going to start today the series with basically it's an unveiling. My lovely daughter, she knows me so well, got me this survival kit. I like to call it my kill box. But it's basically a survival box for my birthday. I greatly appreciate it. She's actually the camera person. She's been helping me out a lot. She does all the camera work, and she's actually really good at picking out locations and whatnot as well. So thank you very much, daughter. I appreciate it. This is an awesome gift with multiple uses. Runs about $35, $50 depending on the brand and manufacturer who you get it from. But opening it up, you can see it's got this nice lanyard here to carry. It's got 4 clips. When you open it up, it starts out with what's called a saber card. I'll hold that up. Has multiple uses. About 11 different functions in all. Obviously, you got the line that you can use. It's got a little saw blade there. There's areas here for measuring. And all the different little grooves and inserts act as basically multiple wrench types and sizes. And here you've got a good can opener. You got your thermal blanket, which I'm not going to open it, but it's marked 130 centimeters by 210 centimeters. So if you don't know anything about thermal blankets, think of it as like a sheet of tough aluminum. Will definitely keep the heat in. You can use it. It has multiple functions. You can make it kind of take a line and make a good tent out of it. Will protect you from the rain. It's very useful. If you're ever stranded in the wilderness somewhere, it's very good to have. Nice little belt clip. You put your bottle in here or hang multiple different items on it. It detaches. Here like so. So that this part that's attached to your belt or attached to your pants, that you don't have to keep undoing it, unclipping it, and unvelcroing it. It has the quick detach to it. You sit it here on your belt, hang a bottle from there, or any other tool that you need, and have almost instant access. Nice little bracelet. Has a compass, built-in compass in it. Also has a whistle that you can use. And it has a striker and a flint rod for making fire. I don't know if you can see it. But that go through. Strike it, get that spark, make a good fire. This line is actually detachable as well if you need rope, you need line for something. It's very strong. Put it on. Snaps in. I like to keep mine underneath. I used to have a compass, fire starter, and whistle. Signal for help. Other cord line that you can use. Basically, climbing hook, safety hook, D-ring. Your flashlight. Small, has a clip, clips in, fits right into your palm. Tack pen. We need to jot stuff down, write things down. It clips on. Also has a glass breaker at the tip for emergency uses. Need to get into a car, trapped in a car, whatever the case may be. That's what that glass breaker comes in the handle. The greatest invention ever made, in my opinion, is spork. I love sporks. They don't get enough credit. We don't use them enough. Fork, prongs on one end, and you got the spoon. This also comes with a whistle in it as well. So, again, stranded somewhere, trapped somewhere, your voice will go hoarse quickly trying to shout for help. But everyone can hear that whistle. They know the sound of a whistle will travel distance. This medieval looking contraption. It's a collapsible billow for fires. So you're not putting your face all the way into the fire. You can get good oxygen going in to a fire. I don't know if any of you have ever watched any type of smithing show, blacksmiths, they have a billow that gets air and oxygen deep into the fire and make it as hot as possible. This is what that is used for. Simply extend it out and blow directly into the source of the fire. Another fire starter, flint and rod. You got the striking part here. Hello. You got the striker part here. There you go. It's kind of hard to get that angle with the rope on it, but again, you can't use one without the other. Keep them together. You know. Also has a can opener part. And so the nice ruler. Measurements. If you need to make measurements for whatever you're constructing, building, whatever the case is, it also comes with some ruler parts. Fishing line, hooks, some lures, some sinkers. Self-explanatory. Fishing line is actually very strong if you need to use it for anything other than fishing. But you don't need to eat. You're gonna need food. Find a river, stand on a lake, whatever the case may be. Excuse me, do what you gotta do. And a wire saw. Also makes for a good garrote. This is why I call it my kill box. But basically it's a saw blade, very strong. Wrap around wood, saw it together, back and forth motion. And then I'm not recommending that any of you do this, but if you need to defend yourself, it also came with this handy dandy knife here. I carry this thing with me everywhere I go. Auto assist function, pops right out. Serrated blade at the far end, and a nice sharp tip and blade. Comes with a V blade, and also functions as a can opener, and on this tip, a glass breaker. Obviously, it has the clip. It's a pocket knife, foldable pocket knife, collapsible, and it closes by the groove here. This thing is super sharp. I actually tested it out doing knife training when we actually cut pork tenderloin, and effortlessly sliced straight through it. So we actually tested on like real flesh. This is without sharpening myself, this is the sharpest knife I've ever had that I've had to do nothing with. Just straight out the box, sharp. Love this thing. I carry this with me everywhere. So you have it. Multiple tools for every occasion. And then not just to say if you're stranded somewhere, just going camping, going for a hike in the woods, whatever the case may be. It's a small little box, throw it in your bag, and it has a lanyard. You want to just attach it to your belt, whatever the case is, and you've got all these useful tools to bring with you in one little kit. So, homework for next video. Now, if you don't live in Virginia, this probably doesn't apply to you, but if you do live in Virginia, hurricane season. Hurricane season technically is from June 1st to November 30th. Yeah, most of the year. But, as everyone well knows, if you know me well, you know I don't believe in Virginia weather anymore. It has lied to me too many times. We've already had numerous thunderstorms, just regular rainstorms, lightning storms, and the such. And it's not even technically hurricane season yet. It rains almost every other day. That's something you should know. You should know the climate and the natural disasters, the natural hazards of your environment. And that's anywhere you are. So if you're not native to Virginia, you're not from Virginia, or don't spend extensive amount of time in Virginia, figure out your location. You know, you should have at least 3 days of food, water, and supplies for emergencies at your residence. I recommend a week or more, but at a very minimum, 3 days. I've personally experienced 3 days of a power outage at my house. I luckily had enough supplies on hand, and the generator wasn't that big of a deal. It's a nuisance, but hey, it is what it is. A bad storm came through, knocked out the power. You know. So ask yourself that question: are you prepared for just a basic, any given day, natural disaster, storm, whatever case may be? Now, there's, anyone who prepares for emergencies, there's always that negative label or your doomsday prepper or whatnot. I'm not talking about that. They've been going on as extremes to anything. If you collect stamps, there's an extreme to that. If you're in the comic books, there's an extreme side to everything. And they're like literally the 0.00001% of any organization. But take that in consideration. And nowadays, we are basically debilitated by convenience and technology. I'll tell you what time, technology literally has made us stupid. How many phone numbers do you know? We don't memorize phone numbers no more. We just put it in our phones and forget about it. Most people don't even know their own phone number. If you ask them, what's your number? I don't know. I don't call myself. That's what you'll get from many people. We've forgotten about just the basics. How to build a basic fire. Find a water source. These are just basic things people should know, because emergencies happen. Power goes out. Hurricanes come through. Tornadoes come through. If you're on the West Coast, you get earthquakes. Anyone who's studied emergency preparedness, and I have, knows that the city's priority is to get as much restored as quickly as possible. However, that kind of goes against the individual. Your individual home is not a priority. Your individual circumstances is not a priority in the grand scheme of things when the entire city is affected. Now here in Hampton Roads, it happens. We get tropical storms in the entire cities. All of Hampton Roads, the 7 cities that are in Hampton Roads, are affected by it for the most part. It's now utility vehicles, power, water, sewage, working around the clock to get everything restored. But you as the individual, in the grand scheme of things, one single resident is not important. So what do? Prepare for this ahead of time. Now the next video I'm gonna show you what kind of an emergency kit could look like. And we'll give you some resources on, what to look for, how to gather. And it's not saying that you should go out in a single day and gather all these resources up, but you're going to the store, okay? Grab 2 cans of tuna, 2 cans of stew to throw into your emergency kit. Over time, you'll build that kit up. Do not wait till the very last minute, like everyone else does, and try to rush to the store and grab emergency supplies, because there aren't going to be any. But think about that. If power went out today, would you be okay? If your water was shut off today, would you be okay? Would your family be okay if you have kids or animals? Would you be okay for 3 days, 7 days a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, a month? Like I said, me and my family have experienced 3 days, no power. Everything runs off of electricity, and now everything is digitally connected. So no power, no internet, no access to anything. Can you make phone calls? Do you have an emergency plan in place? You should be able to just go outside and build a fire and cook from that fire. There's nothing wrong with that. until everything's restored. Most houses don't really have chimneys and fireplaces no more. Modern houses, anyways. So take all that into consideration. Like I said, this is a I couldn't ask for a better gift. I love this box. I love this kit. You know, I actually have more than one of these saber cars, and most of them are thin enough. They literally slide right into your wallet. You can carry it around with you for if you need it. But thank you. I appreciate you watching this. I appreciate you joining me again. Like, share, follow, join, all that good stuff. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to the next video so we can get more into actually how to, what your emergency kit may look like, how to build on that kit, how to start that kit, some resources that you can use that will help you in an emergency or even prepare for an emergency. And again, I'm not talking about doomsday preparation. Don't do it wrong. There's nothing wrong with doomsday preparation at all. Yeah. If the end of the world happened right now, we'd all be thinking, crap, they're right. They were right this whole time. Yeah, trust me, if you're lucky enough to have a bomb shelter, more power to you. But natural disasters are real. Tornadoes are real. Hurricanes are real. Earthquakes are real. Tsunamis are real. They're happening all around the world. And if you're not paying attention, storms are getting worse. I can't tell you why. I can't explain why. Regardless of what you believe in, how you believe in what you believe, if you're just paying attention to the day, storms are getting worse and they're more frequent. So let's prepare for that. Let's step out of our comfort a little bit. Let's step out of convenience. And let's think down the road. What can we do now to prevent what may happen later? And this is to say, I don't want any of y'all to live in fear either. Making preparations isn't about living in fear. I just like to think of it as common sense. You know, an area floods. You might make the mistake of not preparing it once, and your house gets flooded. Okay, but now guess what? Lesson learned. Let's fix that. Again, thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see y'all next time.